it's definitely a signal of intent from Ronnie Taylor to go, you know what, see this young guy that everybody wants. I'm in his head, and I'm bringing him in, and he's ours now.
But the thing is, I think, though, with a lot of the bigger teams, they're not bigger teams than us in my mind, but you know what I mean, like your Real Madrid, Barcelona.
The money teams.
They're signing him probably looking at bringing him into the team maybe 2, 3, 4 years down the line, developing him maybe. Whereas we wouldn't be looking to do that, like that road, I don't think, because then he'd be looking to leave us probably in 3, 4 years.
Yeah, but I think
it's what I mean. Like, can he help us now? Is what I'm trying to say.
I think. Well, kind of again. Judging by what I've seen of him and what I've heard about him, I think he can. You know what I mean? Because then again,
I'm always sceptical because he's so young. Like, I know nothing about him.
But then again, like, Celtic's never been a club that's been afraid to give somebody with talent and youth a chance. Like, I mean, look at your Mark Birchells. Obviously, hasn't working as well as you wanted. I mean, like, your Quality Street gangs. I mean, that's kind of part of, you know, your James Forrest. That's kind of part of who we are as well. I mean, so to bring a guy like that, and especially with Dale and knowing him so well and having a history with him, you know, I mean, the one thing that I would say, obviously I don't know much about football players, but if you're going to go somewhere out of your comfort zone, away from home when you're a young fella, why not go to the guy who knows you best?
No, your mentor.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think how Celtic would sell it to them and say, listen, you know, come to the guy that knows you, he'll keep you progressing and improving, and then we'll offer you a direct route to the Premiership. Mm-hmm. You know, and that, because, you know, he's however good he is now, he's too young to start playing the Premiership. You know, I mean, there's no doubt about that. So, but if he gets into Celtic, you've set up under Ronnie Dyler. I mean, you could start, and of course, Celtic will be looking to make a huge profit on him as well. So, you know, it's a kind of win-win.
I love a profile.
He's the kind of guy. Well, he's Norwegian, isn't he? So
I heard you talk about that last week. Huh?
He's the kind of guy we've been talking about for ages that Celtic should be signing. You know, he's the kind of the young player that we should be picking up. You know, we should be taking a gamble, a couple of million for somebody like that, where the potential return on him is phenomenal. And I think it's a no-brainer. I fully believe that if Celtic are in for him and Ronnie Dyler's in for him, he'll come to us. Because we will offer him like first-team football. Paul McStay got him at first team when he was 16. You know, if you're good enough, you can play in our team. We're not going to... And we've not got rafts and rafts of world-class players that keep them at the team.
Yeah, but
so,
and there's European football as well.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
At a level where he probably could make a good name for himself and Shane, you know what I mean? You don't want to throw a kid like that in the Champions League. You know what I mean?
Aye. The wee video I watched him, Joe, as well, it does whet the appetite, you know. He looks the business. He looks as if he'd be a crowd pleaser.
Without a doubt. But it just seems like the way he plays is the way you'd expect a cultured midfielder, maybe in his mid to late 20s, to play. You know what I mean? The kind of the passing, the movement, the awareness of the players around him. Because a lot of he didn't seem to score a lot of goals in the videos, but he definitely creates plenty of them. You know what I mean?
I think he's got 3 or something in the video I've seen, but he's like a sort of David Villa type player.
And they just getting balls in the spaces where they shouldn't be going.
He's like one of the young Spanish guys.
Aye, exactly.
He's he plays with the head up all the time. He's always looking for a pass. He's always looking confident in the ball and stuff like that. Yeah, he looks the real deal. But as you say, YouTube, he could end up like Mohamed Bangura. Look good on YouTube.
Has anybody ever looked up Raphael Shait on YouTube and see how he looks? Would they even have YouTube back then? Fucking, he's a tube. Fuck's sake. Yeah, no, and that again, I suppose if he's ingrained in the Dale way of thinking and the Dale philosophy, I mean, he'll just fit right in like Lego.
Do we expect a busy window for Celtic here?
According to Ronnie Dyer, he said they'd be looking for 4 players.
And a centre-half, possibly.
Well, it depends if the big Virgil boy, if Celtic get the 10 million minimum, then I take it Big Virgil will be off. But I think Celtic's we've got to play hardball here.
See, I mean, the reason I asked Jason is because we seem to have quite a big squad league. I mean, where do we trim some of the fat off them? Like, you've got all these players on loan, do you know what I mean? You've got Tony, I mean, obviously Berget's got to be sent back.
Berget's got to go,
Tony, you've got Picasso, you've got Griffiths not playing, you've got Sepovic on the bench. mean, you've got Kyle might go. Commons is sitting on the bench. I mean, we seem to have quite a big squad at the minute. I don't know what players is he looking at where he's thinking, I need to replace that guy or I need cover there. Maybe he thinks he's covered at left back or I don't know.
I think Van Dijk will go at the end of the season. I think that was the kind of deal they'd done at the start of this season. I think Commons will go. I think Pukki will go. I think Kyle will go. Berget will certainly go. Picasso and Tony have the jury's out whether they'd want to keep them. Added to the fact that he said that there was going on the annihilation, the Safeco at Bonnie Park, the young team put in, they said there's 4 or 5 ready to step up, including Twardzik, who played centre midfield that night, apparently just tore him to pieces. So I guess it's a good problem we have, and I think we've been able to get rid of a lot of crap. I mean, obviously Boructor and people like that, you've just got to get them empty. It's simple as that. Yeah. The good thing is that one of the things I asked somebody at Celtic was about that kind of how much have we wasted, and he said to me that the wages that these guys are on are nothing like you would expect them to be. One example, Boructor, who's trumpeted as a 2.5 million signing, he was actually signed for 900 grand, and the entire deal, the entire cost of all his wages, his entire 4-year contract is 2.5 million. So it's not that bad for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel quite relaxed at the minute because the team's developing. The team is developing well at the minute, and I don't know, I just feel quite settled. Obviously, we have Guidetti for Europe. I don't know, you're looking to get. I mean, you've got Sepovic and Griffiths there, Stokes. I just don't know where we're looking to add players.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's a three-pronged thing. I think first of all, you steady the ship, which he's done. Second of all, you start emptying the dead wood, which is about today, and then thirdly, you start bringing the players you want. And if we can get ahead of that in January, which probably 6 months ahead of where we thought we would be, then it all goes well. And clearly, for what Dyler said in the press and privately and stuff like that everything's going to be geared towards next pre-season and getting into that Champions League.
Because that's what I kind of think, that any signings made in January might be more with an eye on next season and getting them in there and getting them brought them into the team and sort of training with the boys now. I think that you're probably right, Paul. I think it's not so much to help now, but it's to help down the line.
Yeah, Tony
I think if he brings them down, it'll be like his type. His little legs, people that run all day, guys in the mouldy.
Legs, huh?
That's a Norwegian thing, I know.
So we're not sending David Murray there, no?
Oh, come on!
Hang on a second. When did you all get so sensitive?
I saw a bit too much. I saw a bit
very sensitive there.
What was that?
I saw a bit too much of Joe's legs on Saturday when he blew the arse out his trousers.
Oh, here. We'll go on to that very soon.
Can we get the story? Can we get the Dublin story?
We'll get the Dublin story in a second. We'll finish off talking about these.
This is Harper. That's twice in the space of 5 weeks you've nearly died.
I know, man.
This is getting a bit hairy now.
He told me he nearly died when he heard me telling my story about going to Manchester.
Right.
You're a sensitive man.
Right.
You had an anxiety attack on the bus listening to the podcast.
Right. Give us a Dublin story, I want to
know. So what happened? Yeah, so Paul, the screening was in the Badass Cafe with an E-Podrick CSC on Saturday. Myself and Harper headed in. Now, the day started off, essentially, Harper was meant to be at my house at 11 o'clock. Harper didn't get out of bed. So I had to go and pick my daughter up from sleepover, bring her to art class, go back to Balbriggan and pick Harper up at the bus stop near the church. And we were 2
kgs, I was fucking frozen.
very, very, very sorry, my car service isn't at the fucking standard used to. I don't work for fucking Uber. You know what I mean? Let's tell you what then. In a roundabout way, the running of petrol's your fault, right? Because I was trying to get to you as quick as possible, and I got to the petrol station and it was packed. And I was like, "Fuck it, this petrol will get me into town. It'll get me back up the motorway as far as the petrol station, and I'll pull in." Now it almost got us there, but anyway. We got into Dublin, went into the Temple Bar, went to McDonald's, something to eat for Harper, then went into the...
You had a double cheeseburger?
You gave me a double cheeseburger. I had a coffee.
Did you see you refusing it? Yeah? Jesus Christ, it just nearly went up your nostrils when you ate that.
Anyway, so we went around and watched the game in the badass cafe with the new Putty CSC upstairs in the private room where the kitchen is, and yeah, it was a good crowd there. I mean, a couple of guys who listened to the podcast were there as well. There was Faker, there was Damien, and who was it you met outside Harbour? Do you get the guy's name? Baz and his missus.
Obviously
Connor as well, and a few other lads. So it was great to meet people. That's kind of, I haven't seen a lot of football in the past couple of weeks, so it was great to kind of sit down and watch a game, and especially you know how the sort of mood and the swings of the crowd and the people in the bar kind of give you the buzz. So it was great, and the football was good. Everybody was in good form. Great crowd. There was finger food and everything, and then you should try leaving
your house to watch a football more often.
Sure. I just said to you, I haven't seen much football.
Remember a supporters club here just along the road?
I just fucking said to you, I haven't seen much football in the past weeks. I've been working. You know what I mean?
You sit there talking about as if there's this unique buzz of the crowd and watch the. I mean, that goes on every week.
Listen to me, right? I just precluded that with I haven't seen much football recently because I've been working, right?
Oh my god, that's like one of the TARDIS or something.
Is this fucking round on Joe Day?
No.
Fucking what?
Oh no,
I'm with you, Joe.
Exactly. Here, you get my back, Jason. We're getting into these fuckers.
Yeah, I haven't even started yet. Right.
Anyway, so we're there. The game was on. Then the afterwards was the Asterix screening, which was essentially why myself and Harper went down. Well, to see Paul and see the film, and bar some very loud and stupid buskers and some sound issues. Everything went well, and the film.
Jason, see when we say buskers though, we should say they had an amp, a drum kit, fucking bass guitar. It wasn't just a boy standing up there whistling.
Well, it wasn't some lad singing "Dirty Old Town." Like, you know what I mean, it was a full on band. It had bass and drums and fucking everything, and it was because I turned to Paul at one point and I says, "Is that music part of the documentary?" And Paul's like, "No." I was like, "Fucking who makes the sound of this?" Because I was like, "Fucking the sound coming through the window and sound with the speakers." I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" So
the next thing you heard Mark hanging out the window, "Turn that shit off!"
So turn that fucking shit off. But everything went well. Eventually we got everything sorted out, watched the film, and see 45 minutes, it flies past you like that.
Right.
Because Connor turned to me when it was over. He says, "That was 45 minutes." I was like, "That's exactly what I was thinking." He said, "It felt like 15." I mean, and Paul, I gotta say, the documentary's brilliant. I mean, parts of it I was just like going, "Holy fucking God." I said, "Is this real? They got away with this?" You know what I mean? When the figures come up and you kind of lay it out, person by person and piece by piece, you go, "Holy Jesus, this was just a complete conspiracy, financial conspiracy to propel themselves to whatever they wanted to be and to consign us to the dustbin."
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, the point of the film is that it didn't work. We're still here, and we still won, essentially, right? And the film got a great response. The Q&A was brilliant. I mean, Paul, it's a dagger in the heart of everything they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm all for that, but it was good. I mean, I went there early. I mean, it was like, it was like Keystone Cops. So we got there early, set the film up, tested it, everything was fine. And at the game as well, and so people, you meet people and stuff like that, and then obviously Q&A was really, really good, really respectful, and everybody was in great. The photographs behind the bar was all fantastic and posing and stuff, and it was a really good day, and we went all the way out there in high spirits, and it was good watch. It was actually quite surreal watching the game with you and Harper, Joe, and things like that, because normally we come and it's like, where did you watch a game? And the first time I'll find out. Suddenly we're three of us watching it together, it was great, it was really, really good. So that was fantastic. And then went to Darky Kelly's after it, and they had a band on, fantastic band. I've got to say, I can't remember the name of them for the life of me. There's four of them, and they just sing brilliant.